It's House of Machismo.
So guys, we got some stuff that we need to take care of. I have no idea what you're saying, Dan.
Who's going first?
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, I thought we were gonna.
Yeah, it's not. This is, just kind of introducing the bit and everything.
Okay.
Because people are coming back and saying that there's fucking ice cream cake on the.
Yeah.
'Cause that needs a little explanation. I think.
All right, today on House of Machismo News, we were celebrating 2 birthdays today.
Yes.
Yes. One birthday, our fellow co-star Sauce, aka Rob. Yeah, his birthday was July 4th. So if you don't believe in America, you could at least believe in Sauce.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
And who is it? Whose birthday else? Who's else?
Oh,
I'm
Dan.
horrible at this.
And then
There was another birthday involved. Whose birthday was that?
I guess I'll take it over from here.
All
The
right.
second birthday was our good old friend over across from me, young Prince Albert. He just turned 29 today.
Woo!
Yesterday.
Woo!
Or a month ago.
Or a month ago, you'll never.
Who knows?
Who knows?
knows?
Whenever,
Yeah.
Could be a
whenever
month
you heard
from
this, you know what? All I know is that it was sometime in this, year.
Mm-hmm. Sometime in 2024.
Yeah.
Here, Dan, throw it to me. Throw it to me.
And now over for other
Same news.
Same news.
Our main host.
Our main host, Marty.
Okay, so who would have thought that you're supposed to take ice cream cake out of the freezer before you're supposed to serve it?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That thing's hard as a rock.
Bro, yeah, I'm over here like I'm about to start having a vein pop on my forehead again.
He's about to have a vein pop somewhere else and get it as hard as a rock.
So we're thinking leaving it under the hot lights might help it out. Have some after the show, which should be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe during the show, who knows? You have to center it, Al.
Oh yeah.
It feels weird.
All right.
There we are.
Okay.
That's good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what's going on. So anyway, so we have there's a little bit of a thing that I thought would be kind of cool to do because we hardly ever done this. We used to do this a long time ago, but actually there used to be a little segment of the House of Machismo podcast that I would call the House of Machismo News.
Okay.
And this is news that House of Machismo can use, and people who use House of Machismo News are in the know. I don't have anything else that rhymes with that. But yeah,
know about the blow being
no, it's not a rap.
transported.
That's not 1990s rap. But anyways, yeah. So I figured that we each read. These are actual true stories. Okay. And we'll actually read these like as if we are on the news and report it as news, which is why you hear the news music in the background. Kind of hear that little stinger, kind of like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
boom, 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 with our little breaking news. Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, so you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's begin. House of Machismo News. I'll start by introducing and going to the different stories.
Got it.
Okay. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the House of Machismo News. I am your anchor and host, Marty, and I have my field reporters, Pretty Boy Dan and Just Albert, on the field reporting about stuff and the kind of stuff that's important to you, our viewers and listeners, to the House of Machismo News. Yeah. And as you understand, we have some breaking news for you right now. We go live to Pretty Boy Dan, who's going to talk to us about something going out in the world's oceans there, right? Dan, Pretty Boy Dan.
Thank you very much, Marty. Jimmy Donaldson, better known by his YouTube handle, Mr. Beast, has been working on something for a few years now. His hashtag Team Seas campaign began back in October 2021 with a goal of raising $30 million and removing 30 million pounds of trash from the oceans. They raised the $30 million by January 2022, then plugged away at the 30 million pounds in the intervening years. Now, a little more than 2 years later, that goal has been ticked off that list too. On July 16th, Mr. Beast announced that Team Seas has helped with the removal of 34,080,191 pounds of trash from oceans across the globe. Mr. Beast is, to put it mildly, very, very internet famous. As of June 2024, he has more subscribers on YouTube than anyone else. He's made a name for himself by giving away enormous sums of money to random people, and he's gained over 302 million followers because of it. He also co-founded a variety of different philanthropic initiatives, including the one called Team C's. For House of Machismo News, I'm Pretty Boy Dan.
Well, thank you, Dan. That's very important. So would you say that that's a hell of a lot of garbage, right?
I would say that's a lot.
Wow, that's a lot of garbage.
It's like a metric ton or so. Yeah,
it's a little bit more than a metric ton, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just a little over.
Yeah, but okay. So can you tell us anything more about this as far as like what was the method used to clean up the ocean?
Well, unfortunately, they didn't really go too deep into this when I was looking into.
You were the research person.
Oh, well, you see, I reached out to Mr. Beast's team, and unfortunately, they were unable to get back to me at this point in time. I would imagine it was probably something along the lines of big boats and nets, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I thought it was just like people like in boats just literally picking up with those little grabbers.
Those little grabbers?
Yeah, just picking up all that garbage out of the
there was
ocean.
Probably some of that.
They're like, look, there's a plastic bag right there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, that's a turtle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, that's so cute. They're like, let's rescue this turtle that's wrapped in this plastic bag. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dan.
And that's why he's called Mr. Beast.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dan, for the for that eye-opening report.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so right now, there's some stuff that I guess we need to talk to you about, such as people's happiness, okay? So can money buy happiness? A new study says yes. When it comes to happiness, it turns out that more money is actually better. New research shows millionaires and billionaires are substantially and statistically more happier when they have a lot more money, and that those making over $500,000 a year appear to be extremely happier. The findings from Wharton Senior fellow Matt Killingsworth suggest that the positive association between money and happiness continues far up the economic ladder, disputing previous studies that have found that money only buys happiness up to a certain level. Last year, Killingsworth reanalyzed the work and found, on average, that money does appear to boost happiness up to at least $500,000 a year. Killingsworth's new research suggests that trends extend further into the ultra-wealthy. Okay, so if you're a rich bitch, then you're happy. Okay?
I would say.
Yes, I would say that too, Albert. Very perceptive of you. Those with a network in the millions or billions reported an average life satisfaction rating between 5.5 and 6 on a 7-point scale. That's pretty damn high. Who made the scale on 7? Who knows? Why would they do that? But anyways, that's how it is. By comparison, those earning $100,000 came in just over 4.5, and those earning about $15,000 to $30,000, poor people, you were just maybe above 4. Who knows? Who cares? You're poor. Anyways, although it now seems clear having more money is linked to higher levels of happiness, the paper doesn't address causation, whether money itself is the primary driver or other benefits that come with having more money. For House of Machismo News, I'm Marty.
Good take on that. So what would you say, Marty? Would you feel like having more money would bring you more happiness in any way or fashion?
Absolutely, Albert. Now, the research that I did basically showed that if you do have more money, then you have less worries. Yes. Yeah. So the more worries that these people who are actually millionaires and billionaires are actually family members. That's who they worried about.
Yeah.
A lot of them got killed by potatoes, poisoned potatoes.
Oh, not poisoned potatoes.
Yes, absolutely, poisoned potatoes. And so they learn not to accept potatoes from family members. Okay, but other than that, their bills were paid, their cars were paid, homes were paid for. They were able to go out and do things to make them happy. Okay,
but they were less on carbohydrates and starch.
Yeah, exactly. And they can hire personal trainers, hot personal trainers, to help them get back into shape and to live longer. Yeah.
Hot young personal trainers in your area.
From what I'm knowing is that, hey guys, all you gotta do is become rich, become happy, and avoid potatoes from family members.
Very well said.
And in conclusion, I guess money does buy happiness.
Indeed it does.
Oh, guess what, guys? We have some breaking news right now. We're gonna go to Albert, who apparently has some breaking news about Jock Itch.
Yes, Marty, yes. Researchers saying that a drug-resistant fungal infections are appearing in the United States, resulting in highly contagious and tough-to-treat cases of ringworm, also known as Jock Itch. Experts warn in a pair of reports, honestly, that we're getting today. The 2 fungi reported are among a group that cause skin rashes of face, limbs, groin, and feet. Unfortunately, the rashes can look very different from the neat, regular circles seen in most forms of ringworm, researchers say. They might be confused with eczema and go for months without proper treatment. A man in his 30s developed such a rash on his penis, buttocks, and limbs after returning home to New York City from a trip to England, Greece, and California, according to the report published June 5th in the journal JMA Dermatology. Genetic tests revealed the infection was caused by a sexually transmitted form of ringworm called trichophytone meta.
Compose yourself, Albert. This is a serious topic here about Jock Itch. Go on.
Metagrophytis type 7. Jesus.
Type 7, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up to 7 now.
I guess types 1 through 6 got it eliminated.
Yeah. We have to find a cure, Dan.
We do need to find the cure.
Serious.
The man told doctors he had sex with multiple male partners during his travels, none of whom reported similar skin issues. The second report in the JMA Dermatology involved 11 men and women treated for ringworm in New York City hospitals in 2022 and 2023. Their infections involved the same fungal infection widespread in India that was first confirmed in the United States last year. 7 of the patients have received standard doses of the over-the-counter antifungal cream brand named Lamisil for 14 to 42 days with no improvement in their rashes. DNA analysis found several variations in the fungus genetic code that prevent turpentine from hooking onto fungal cells and poking holes in their protective membranes, researchers say. This could explain why the drug failed to fight the infection.
I see.
Yeah. Reporting live, I'm Albert, House of Machismo News.
Well, thank you, Albert. It looks like that we're just going to have to depend on the good people from Lamisil.
Yeah, you know, Lamisil right now has also skyrocketed on sales these past few years due to this type of infection spread.
Now, is it true that people are there might be some misinformation out there about the use of Lamisil, that some people are using it to cure cancer? Do you know anything about this?
Well, I have not done any research on that, but I do know that Lamisil will speak on those terms outside of this type of comments.
Okay, well, very good, very good.
Well, I think one of the more pressing things is, you know, if you're in New York or you're in California, don't have sex. I think that's probably the solution here.
Well, there is a bigger solution is, you know.
Or India.
Also, please be protective, guys, you know. Be careful what you see and what you lay your eyes on, guys.
Is Jock Itch a sexually transmitted? It's not. Is it?
Well, you know, that would be a question for a highly paid doctor who is very happy.
Okay. Yes. Very good. Good way to bring it full circle. All right, Dan. I believe that you have a story for us, and I forgot what it's about. So just go on with the story.
I got a piece here for you guys. It's a rare spectacle. Apparently, I can't speak today. It's a rare spectacle in Bogota, Colombia. 3 women in fluorescent exercise gear stop in the tracks and gasp in surprise. A young mother pushing her newborn in a buggy pulls out her phone and snaps a picture. An elderly man with a bushy mustache pauses to wipe his glasses. What has grabbed their attention is the sight of a dozen men huddled next to a van in the bright morning sun, attempting with varying degrees of success to put diapers on baby dolls. Most are middle-aged adults, but there are a few retirees and 1 teenager giving it a try. The trainee, Sergio Rivera, nods with a tinge of disappointment, but much like the other men attending this pop-up session in southern Bogota, the 26-year-old is himself a work in progress. It's like a breath of fresh air to learn this, says Rivera, who has autism and is cared for by his mother. His parents divorced when he was still very young, leaving his mother to raise him and his older brother alone. I was never taught how to do this as a boy. On this warm day, the men have just a 30-minute taster slots to learn the basics like using toys to play with children and how to braid the hair of a partner. but the session is part of a wider Escuela de Hombres el Cuidado program, or care school for men. Since 2021, the Radical city-run project has been teaching men across Colombia's sprawling capital how to be better husbands, fathers, brothers, sons, and any other societally defined masculine role. Pretty Boy Dan, report for House of Machismo News.
Wow, that was a very good feature reporting there, Dan.
Yes, sir.
So when you went to Bogota, Colombia, were the people very receptive of this kind of a program?
Well, they had mixed feelings towards it, honestly, because down in those southern hemisphere type countries, there's
careful what you say. Go.
There's a female role and there's a male role. So for them to learn some of that is like, hey, that's the woman's job. So so it's got mixed reviews. But a lot of people, there's about 50-50, give or take.
I think I'm sorry, Albert.
I was gonna say, going out to Bogota, you had to have real much fun out there.
Hey, Bogota is a really nice place. A lot of nice people.
You didn't experience no Jock Itch out there?
No Jock Itch.
That's good.
No, sir.
That's good to know.
It's strictly business on this trip.
Did you notice any garbage around their seats?
No, I think it was because I believe that was where Mr. B started his cleanup that we talked about a little earlier.
Did you buy any cologne out there, any way or fashion?
No cologne. They say
body spray.
No body spray, unfortunately. I hear that some of them are pretty good, but then you could also get like the really, really not so great ones.
That's where you get your Jock Itch.
Yeah,
there we go.
One of the things that cause it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Things that they might want to consider getting in Colombia is a specially clean, sanitized toilet seat. Is our next story we'll tell here in a moment, as I play our special music that, stalling. There we go. All right, so I believe that we've all had the unpleasant experience of walking into a bathroom to discover a messy toilet seat.
Ew.
Now, an MIT alumni founded a startup is working to flush away that problem forever. Cleana, co-founded by CTO Richard Lee, has developed an antibacterial, self-lifting toilet seat that promises a cleaner, more hygienic bathroom experience for all. Developing a new toilet seat is not quite as sexy as creating, say, a fusion reactor, which is pretty damn fucking hot. Gets me a boner. Anyway, but Lee believes that the importance of this is very important to his company's mission. A lot of people find it odd at first. A lot of our investors certainly did, Lee said. This is meaningful to me and how I spent my time in the past 4 years at MIT and now have the best solution available for solving this big problem, he told House of Machismo News. About 1,000 of Cleana's seats have already been installed in schools, airports, gyms, and stadiums. Customers include Gillette Stadium, the YMCA, and even MIT, which has purchased several of the self-rising sensations for campus use. Sorry, I didn't understand that. The copy was a little funny there. Ultimately, Lee wants to get to the point where he can go into any random gas station or restaurant and when nature calls, find his company's smart seat waiting for him. That dream got real on a recent trip to Roach Brothers in Watertown, Massachusetts, where Lee was delighted to discover his sparkling brand new seat in the restroom by chance. Reporting live, I'm Marty, House of Machismo News.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Great report on that.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. As a fan of science myself,
Yes.
were we able to figure out some of the components that he was able to create such a seat?
Well, a lot of it's patent
Patented,
information, but as my understanding is that a lot of the surfaces cannot be smooth. They actually have to be a bit porous because bacteria does have a harder time growing on porous surfaces as opposed to smooth surfaces.
Okay.
And so that's part of the process.
Well, guys, I would say always look before you sit.
That's what I say too. Or just don't sit and just use it at home. That's just my impression.
That's another one.
Yeah. But
Or we could do the hover.
yeah.
Hover is
that's a lot of trouble to go through if you really have to go. Because you can imagine trying to push while hovering. Man, especially if it's if you know you're going to be there a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be a long minute.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long
minute.
Yeah. So that's been House of Machismo news. Yeah. Oh wait, that was a great episode of House of Machismo
Oh
news.
my,
Yeah.
that
Very
was
informative.
Really informative.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah. That Albert guy, man, he really needs to practice reading those bacterial samples and
he's
names. And
definitely
such.
I don't like that guy. Fuck
Yeah.
Albert.
He's
Yeah.
definitely not being cast in any doctor procedurals right now.
No, he would not make it into Grey's Anatomy.
No,
Yeah, no,
sir.
No, but I think he can make it into a South Park episode. I'll tell you that.
Excuse me, guys, I'm going home.
Yep, that's a thing.
Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and TikTok.